Now, my mother always told me that if you're going to invest in a sofa, make sure it's a good one, because you're going to spend a lot of time sitting around on it over the years. Now, of course, that's wise advice. And I often see a sofa that I like the look of, but until you've actually bought it, it's hard to know if the quality is good enough to last the distance. And then on top of that, a sofa is usually quite a big financial investment. So when you finally take the plunge, you really want that purchase to be perfect, which is why so many of us will go to the big name stores that really seem to have made sofas their business. And there's one in particular that you've probably seen advertised a lot on TV.
Neil's looking for a sofa. Go get him, Tiger.
It's a store that promises both comfort and quality. And like many of us, Celia Garden from Barnsley in South Yorkshire had seen the ads for SofaWorks featuring Neil the Sloth.
He just wants a comfy sofa at a comfy price.
And that's exactly what Celia was hoping to find when she looked on the SofaWorks website in May 2014.
I had a good look through the range, and they seem to have quite a good selection. I wouldn't have bought it online because you have to sit on them to make sure they're comfortable.
Try before you buy. Good advice for anyone buying a sofa, and particularly important in Celia's case after she injured her back in a car accident.
I've left with an injured spine, and so when I buy a sofa, I do need one that offers me good lumbar support. I know everybody's different, but I need a sofa that's comfortable for me. We went into SofaWorks. A young chap came up and asked what we were looking for, and he suggested a few different sofas that we might try. And one in particular, it's called the Warwick. It seemed the most comfortable and the most supportive, so I decided that I would buy that.
Happy that she'd found a comfy sofa at a comfy price of just over £850, including delivery, Celia paid a £100 deposit. The outstanding amount was charged to a credit card shortly before it was delivered 12 weeks later.
It was okay. It was a bit bouncy, but it was fine. It was comfortable enough, and yeah, I was happy with it.
But I'm afraid this happiness didn't last long, as within 2 months of it arriving, it seems things didn't sit so well with Celia's new sofa.
This seat is so uncomfortable. The foam's firm here, but here it's very soft. It's extremely uncomfortable. It puts a strain across my back.
Celia contacted SofaWorks to make a complaint, and soon after the company sent someone out to inspect her sofa.
When the technician came, he actually took the backs off, tipped it upside down, and he said it's settlement. But I said, well, why is it settling at one side of the cushion and not the other? And he said, well, it's natural settlement.
The inspection left Celia fearing the worst, and sure enough, when SofaWorks called her to explain its findings, the news was not what she wanted to hear.
This girl phoned me up and said, according to our report, there's nothing wrong with it. And I said, no, there is something wrong with it. I said, the seat is sloping. And she said, oh, it's wear and tear. I said, it's a 3-month-old sofa, and there's only me sits on it.
The technician's report did not make easy reading for Celia.
Conversation was difficult. Customer wouldn't accept there was no fault. Final conclusion of the report, wear and tear, and the liability is with the customer. I'm really sorry, but in an £825 sofa, I don't think after 2 months, sitting on it constitutes normal wear and tear.
After searching online, Celia discovered she's not the only person unhappy with how their complaint has been handled by SofaWorks. Indeed, she's now joined a social media forum that brings together disgruntled customers. And Celia isn't the first consumer to contact Rip-Off Britain about SofaWorks either. But she also turned to a credit card company for a solution. She hoped that she'd be entitled to a refund under Section 75 of the Consumer Credit Act, which gives credit card users protection when purchasing faulty goods or services costing more than £100. But in order to assess her claim, Celia's credit card company have asked her to arrange for a second opinion from an independent furniture assessment company, which is what she's doing today.
Oh, please come in.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Come in.
Thank you.
Upholsterer Jason provides independent reports for customers like Celia who are in dispute with furniture retailers and manufacturers.
What we'll do today is obviously do a full inspection on the sofa for you.
Jason has no ties to any retailer, and his contract is with the consumer, in this case Celia, who has paid £285 for the inspection. And it's not long before he spots something he doesn't like.
Within the seat here, there's a pocketed core of springs glued together, and they're attached to foam channels down the side. And I can feel in here, on this side, where it's separated, you can actually feel it moving, which is why that's all dropping. There's no support in it.
And I can't fix that by smoothing it.
You won't be able to
or
fix it
dusting
at all. No, it's a manufacturing fault.
The issue Jason has identified is in the same spot where the SofaWorks technician concluded there was no issue other than natural settlement. But it doesn't stop there.
On this right-hand seat here, it's separating the stitching on this edge here,
Yeah,
which will eventually fail and cause you problems. It's out of alignment due to the position of the back mount on this side. If it was put in the proper place, it wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
During the course of his inspection, lasting over an hour, Jason finds what he believes are 5 faults with Celia's sofa, which he concluded is not fit for purpose.
That's really useful. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And although the SofaWorks engineer had only come to inspect one particular fault, in Jason's opinion, he could have spotted some of the other issues as well.
Regardless of who's doing the inspection, the faults are very clearly, easily found. They should have been in the first reports. It should never have got this far.